We bought a house in Sweden, and within our first 6 months, we made 5 kind of big mistakes that we want to talk about in this video, right?
Yeah.
So let's go.
We are Tim, Dennis, and our cute dog Nala. We bought a house in Sweden, and on this channel, we will take you along all our Swedish adventures, step by step. Welcome to lagom.
So the first mistake that we should not have made actually was bidding on a house that we hadn't seen yet, only on an online viewing. Because we were looking for houses online on Hemnet, and we saw a really beautiful house in Värmland or Dalsland.
Yeah, it was in Värmland. I think it's a little bit south. Yeah.
And we really fell in love with the pictures, and then we contacted the real estate agent, and they did an online viewing with us, or at least they sent us some videos. That's a better way of putting it, because we didn't have a real proper interaction, just some videos.
But you walked like through the whole house and garden and filmed everything.
Yeah. And then we were so happy, and we ordered like an inspection report, which cost €1,000, which was kind of expensive. But necessary, because there was a lot of work that needed to be done. But then we still decided to bid on it because we didn't want to lose it. Of course, we didn't buy it yet. We would have gone to Sweden first. But I think on hindsight, knowing what we know now about what to look for in houses, we should not have done that. That was a risky path we were on, I think.
It was like the first house we were really like excited about, and so we probably got carried away.
We got carried away. The best thing for us to do was plan a few viewings of houses, go to Sweden, view those houses, and then compare them, because there's a lot of difference in houses and location and things you don't see on the real estate site Hemnet, and things that you experience when you're at the location.
But also like get a feel like of the area, right? And like where the house is and what the surroundings look like.
Yeah. But also technical details like the cellars, because that's kind of like a thing you should be aware of. It was really an unexperienced step of us. And then it was good that house didn't go through, because it was overbid by some other people. And then we could go back to the drawing board and relax a little bit and go plan viewings, go to Sweden, do viewings within 1 week, and then make an offer.
So we really love the house. It's in a perfect state and it looks fantastic, but the sound of the highway is really killing. It's not all the time, but it is regularly, and then it's really loud. And also the bedrooms for us are too small. Of course, there would be budget left maybe to extend the house a little bit to make the rooms bigger, and then would maybe be a different story. But it doesn't take away the sound, so I think unfortunately this is not our house.
So mistake number 2, which took us quite some extra time and hassle, was when we came here in the winter for the first time, but we had forgotten to put the snow shovels at the house, but we put them in the shed with the door locked. And then of course when we arrived here, there was super huge amount of snow, and it was covering the door, so it took us like half an hour to...
The door was frozen shut.
Also,
it was the crooked shed. We have 2 sheds. The crooked one with the crooked door. We should not have put it there.
And actually, I think we also didn't want to do it, but we just forgot. And when we remembered, we were already on our way back home, and it was too late.
We knew that on the way back in October, end of October, beginning of November, we knew we would have a problem coming back in January for the winter.
Yeah.
Because of the snow shovels. We were so happy, like we are well prepared. We bought 2 snow shovels. We are ready for winter, and then we put them in the shed.
At least we had a small one. We bought it in the meantime. We had a small foldable one that we always now keep in the car. And that kind of saved us, because we used that one to get the door free. But it's only a small one, so it took us like half an hour before we could even start shoveling the snow.
But the car then got stuck on the driveway, because there was a lot of snow from the snow shoveling of the road, and then the car got stuck on the ice.
Yeah, it was a big
Took us
ice
another
chunk.
like 1.5 hours to get the car free. So be prepared for driving in the winter if you go here. Like if you have a house here or are going to buy, have at least a few snow shovels or have somebody
Other
clear the
arrangements,
driveway.
Yeah, exactly. Ask the neighbor or somebody,
Yeah.
or buy one of those snow plowers or
Yeah.
machines. Even, of course, they're a lot easier. And if you live here year round, especially if you have like a big driveway or a private road, because if you live a bit remotely, then that happens quite often. Our next door neighbors, they also have a huge private road, and they need to take care of that
At least we know that by now. So now we know we can ask the neighbor to do it with the plow. We have the shovels on the side of the house, so we can always reach them. We are well prepared for next winter.
Yes.
Mistake number 3 was thinking that we could plan a garden makeover at the end of March, beginning of April. We planned the trip to go there for 2 weeks to do like the whole garden makeup, to make new makeover, like new plant beds, fire pit, build a deck. We had actually booked a carpenter, right? Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of snow, and normally the snow stays until like the end of March at least, and can go way into April. Good morning, another day, more garden work. Let's get started. Oh. Or maybe not. Overnight, huge amount of snow. It's April. Happy Easter, I think that's the song. I'm dreaming of a white Easter. It's really a lot of snow. It's at least this thick already. At least 4 or 5 centimeters. We were lucky back then when the snow actually melted earlier that year. Or this year, but so the carpenter could come and build the deck, but one day after he was finished, there was another snowstorm, and we were covered in snow for another 4 days, so we couldn't finish the garden makeover for those days.
But at least it was just done in time, and we could like enjoy it like when it was ready, but then already the next day was completely covered in snow.
4 days, 5 days of snow before it was gone, so yeah. That's what they call in Sweden vårvinter, like winter, spring, vårvinter, spring, winter. It's another season, like an unofficial 5th season. It really was a little bit naive of us to plan a garden makeover at that time of year.
Well, we had some really great days just before the snow came. It was really nice. We could stay outside, and it was really beautiful. Yeah, and probably we had still also kind of like subconsciously in our like mindset from back home. There's like for us, spring already started like end of February, and all the flowers started to bloom, and everything is like, by then it should be spring here as well, and the winter will be gone.
Well, yeah. No. So we were a little bit lucky, and it was fine.
And we had our first ever white Easter, so that.
Yeah, exactly.
So number 4, ordering online. We are so used to, like, especially in the last, 10 years or so, you just order something online and you get it the next day or the day after. But here we had to really adjust our mindset, because here it's really common that things take at least 5 business days or so to get delivered. And for us, it's most of the times it's even longer, because we live here quite remotely, and there's only like several days a week that they actually deliver. I think it's like 3 days a week that they even come here.
Some even less.
With the bigger trucks and everything, if you buy like furniture and stuff. So it takes really long time. But also like the normal package delivery is only 3 days a week. So
yeah, like we ordered stuff at the Jysk for the garden that took 1.5 weeks to get here. Because of delivery schedules and whatever, the picnic table took 2 full weeks. It was nearly not in time when we left already.
And I already had contacted them before and called them. It's like, is it possible to get it in time? And then it was like the last day possible.
So really you need to schedule ahead if you don't live here full time like because we don't live here full time. We come here a lot, but only for 2 weeks or 3 weeks maybe.
But also if you live here and you need something urgently, then it's probably easier to just drive somewhere or like maybe rent a trailer or something and to pick it up yourself.
Yeah. And it's also hard for us to become members of certain shops because you need a bank ID, and to get a bank ID you need to have a personal number, but we don't have a personal number because we don't live here full time, so we only have one of those resident numbers,
coordination number.
Yeah. So it's also hard to get like membership discounts and whatever if you don't live here full.
Yeah, like for all the
time.
big shops, like also like the supermarkets, but also like
Yeah.
other big shops. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, the cinnamon buns are on offer, and then I'm like, oh, let's buy them. And he said, no, we don't have the card. Oh, they're not on offer for us.
Yeah, and then you always pay full price.
Yeah, that's what it is. Mistake number 5 was a car issue that we had in the winter that we were not prepared for. There was a lot
You
of
also
snow.
had no idea about.
No, we had no idea about it.
And you never drove in that much snow
no,
before.
we drove in a lot of snow, and at one point the car at one wheel started shaking, like really shaking, especially if we drove faster than 60 or 70 kilometers per hour. And it was like a bumpy thing, like the wheel was, it was weird. It was like the hanging of the wheel was not correct anymore.
And like the whole car.
We asked ChatGPT, at least it told us that it wasn't like an emergency thing. Then we looked around on the internet a little bit, and
It
also
said,
said
there's
like,
probably an imbalance in your wheel or in
like-
your brakes or whatever. I don't know.
we can drive, we will be safe. At the end, it turned out to be, because we noticed on the way back that it started to fade, and then we heard some snow or ice falling off the...
So it was like,
the car.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, so it was the rim of the wheel that had collected so much snow that it was imbalanced.
But then on the inside that you don't see, right, like to the center of the car.
And it melted away when we drove back home, and then
But it were like huge
it was
chunks.
gone. But
yeah.
we were happy that it was gone, because we were thinking like, oh, we need to go to the car shop and then see what they can do about it, and maybe we need another tire or whatever. So, but it was, luckily it was this, but we
Yeah.
didn't know,
we
and
drove
we didn't
back and the
prepare for it.
temperatures rose and went above 0, then
Yeah.
it started to melt away, and then the problem was gone.
Yeah.
And then we looked it up again, and then all of a sudden when we entered that information, like, oh yeah, we drove in snow, then all of a sudden GPT was, oh yeah, of course, it's
This
the
is
snow,
very
and
normal.
it's piling up, and then you get
Yeah.
an imbalance, because then there's
Yeah.
snow in one side and not in the other, and then there's a difference in weight in your tires, and then you get that shaking. Yeah. At least we know now for next time.
Next time.
Okay, so that was our 5 mistakes we made in the first 6 months here in Sweden. They will probably be a lot more.
A lot.
We haven't even done all the seasons, so we're now starting
No.
spring, and it will be summer and everything. So yeah, we'll see.
We'll be back for like part 2 of the next 5 mistakes that we'll make here in
Yeah.
Sweden.
But that was it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know if you made those mistakes, how you resolved them, how you experienced them. Have you had other mistakes made that were like really bumping you out or surprising you, whatever? We would be happy to know, and please share in the comments.
Yeah.
Leave a like.
And subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We also have a newsletter. You can check that out in the description of the video. You can add yourself to the newsletter. We won't send a letter every week. We'll just do a few times per year. But you will be in the know of things that we will organize or around this cottage that we have here in Sweden. You might want to check that out. It might be interesting, right?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching. Hey doll.
Hey do.
Nali is sleeping on the couch. And Nala's asleep.